No data needs to go to ChatGPT in order to use ChatGPT for finance. So the problem is open items matching, it's like Tinder for accounting. Sometimes you have multiple debits and multiple credits, and no one really knows after the fact which one belongs to which side. And AI can help finding the right partner.
So what are the use cases that nobody's talking about that actually you are working on? So Alex, what do you think about here? Because the buzzword is AI.
Oh, it is AI and it was AI last year, I can tell you. But it's AI and it's OCR from my perspective. And it was surprising that OCR is still a topic. And was one of the discussions was about. Why do we need OCR in the world of e-invoicing anymore? My key lessons is we will need OCR a couple of more years for invoices, but we will still need OCR for contract analytics. And that's one of the use cases, very precise, that we currently do. We analyze contracts for banks to be compliant with MA risk, but stuff.
Yeah, because you cannot start now and digitalize everything. You have all of the past to digitalize, as you need OCR for that.
You need OCR, yes. But frankly, if you look at AI and what people say, it's all about travel and expense and AP process. And we do also a lot about AP. But Nicolas, what is left with AI besides AP processes?
But for me, I think now that coding, and especially with Python, becomes available for a lot of people, then you can start using AI finally for forecasting, because that was like a big promise is, oh, you can forecast with AI. And there are algorithms that are available for everybody that are explained, there are pages and pages that explain those algorithms. So it's not black box like Prophet from Facebook, where you can use them. You put just your historical sales data and you can see already it will plan your next sales if you still keep the same seasonality. And if, of course, there is no other factors. Now, I think for finance people to know that it's not only for the others like data scientists, but also now for them, I think it's a big change in mindset, plus that now we can really start using AI also for forecasting.
What impressed me was your session earlier, where you basically showed no worries, no data needs to go to ChatGPT in order to use ChatGPT for finance. Simply give a model of your Excel file to ChatGPT and ask him a question, and you get an answer that you please implement in-house.
Exactly.
And that's eye-opening. It was great. Great stuff.
You work a lot with accounting programs, with internal audit programs. So what are the use cases that nobody's talking about that actually you are working on?
That's one of the reasons I'm here. Looking what others do, yes, but also talking to head of accountings about their challenges. And what I learned today, and we also have a few clients, is open items. Goods received not invoiced accounts, payroll accounts, AP, AR accounts, where you have long-lasting open items that might be matched but not closed. They're still open.
Explain a bit more, because we have often here people that are not only beginners but start to be advanced on AI. So explain a bit how it works and how here AI can help all of the finance people that are spending hours and days and weeks on this topic.
So the problem is open items matching, it's like Tinder for accounting. You have a debit and a credit, and sometimes you have multiple debits and multiple credits, and no one really knows after the fact which one belongs to which side. And AI can help finding the right partner for your posting. Sorry for that example, but I think it makes it clear. So you have a lot of accounts where a lot of people are on, but you don't know who belongs to whom to close the item, to really find the match. And that's what AI and data analytics in a broader sense helps you with.
And how is this technique accessible for somebody who is not a data scientist? Can you just plug 2 Excel files and then you get a result that if you will have done it by yourself, you'll have spent hours? Or
yes,
is it more complicated than that?
Oh, it's more advanced.
Okay.
And maybe that's a good question also. You show a lot of use cases where people can start immediately.
Yep.
We are more like the product guys. And our journey is coming from an idea or a problem to a first project, to a second project, to an MVP, and then slowly developing that MVP to a product. And with our open items and with our document analytics, we are more like in the MVP phase, where we had 10 customers on it, and we're slowly moving toward a final product that's easy to use and implement for everybody. But frankly, accounting is not easy. getting the data is not easy unless you work with Excel. Sorry, but most accounting data don't fit into Excel anymore. So that's a challenge.
And so you were talking about clients. Is there like a funny story of what you did for a client where you just blow their mind?
Last week, no
Okay.
kidding. Last week, one of our clients, we did the duplicate payment analytics, and we found that the apprentice posted 40K duplicate.
Okay.
No one noticed.
AI noticed.
AI noticed. But apprentice obviously had too many rights, and for 40,000, a second pair of eyes should have a review for sure. That's a funny story from last week. But we have plenty of other stories, of course, to share.
And when that happened, like, what was the reaction of your clients?
Glad, really glad to close the gap and to see that they need to have basically more teaching and after the fact review of young professionals. And that's crucial. But AI will find root causes, and that's maybe the bigger story. It's not as cool, but if you use AI, you will get to the root cause of your outliers, of your problems. And by clustering these root causes and these outliers, you will find where to pull the trigger and make some changes that will have a huge impact to your quality of your accounting. Because that's what everyone is talking about here. And I have a different opinion, by the way. Everyone is claiming don't start with AI in accounting if your processes are not high-end
Yeah, I heard
and
that.
high quality. I heard that.
I also don't agree. So what is your take on that?
That might be true short term if you really get started and you have high expectations to AI, but that's only a short term thing, if you ask me. In the long run, AI lives from you put something in, you get something out. From that output, you come to the quality of the output. And you don't need high-end processes. The AI will determine the best process for you.
And for me, what I believe is you should not really think that AI needs clean data. Actually, AI will help you to clean the data, to enrich the data, to connect the data, because you have now like this processing power of getting unstructured data like contracts, but also discussions in emails.
Yes.
Also like patterns in CRM tools or in your production or on your website. And once we get better at understanding what it can do, then we can finally get this data connected, clean, and then AI can also give you insights. And that's, I think, where AI, yes, is a big word. And when you're talking about how do you structure, it's not only like AI is inside AI, like OCR, NLP, so those LLMs working with that, but also machine learning to start to identify patterns. I think it's too complicated to go into the details to spread to people like each keywords like clustering or now like as really data science. But what we need to explain to people is can do that. You can really take unstructured data and help you structure them. So finally you get to the point where now you are at a space where data is good, is rich, and you can really get AI to help you go to your decisions.
So what you're basically saying is great. Start independent of what the quality of your data is. Because as soon as you get into the first problem because your data is not good, you have identified a problem you can solve with AI. So then take the next step. Maybe you need to take a step back, get two forward. And the playful approach in a safe environment is what everyone should aim for. Look for an environment that you can start playing. But please, there will be errors, there will be mistakes.
And there is no magic box. You cannot expect to plug something and go in.
No, there are a lot of magic box.
And so yeah, think about that. I had last question. When you think that here we have the same discussion in 5 years, and what do you think this type of summit will be? Which tools will be there? Which topics are we going to talk about in 5 years?
We will still talk about people enablement tools, how to onboard people with AI, how to train them to take the next step, and to solve more specific problems. Your courses are a perfect starting point. Thanks, Nicolas.
Thank you, Alexander. Bye.
Bye.